There's sirens in Jerusalem right now. Trey, what do you have on the ground?
Yeah, Lawrence, right now we are in Israel's second largest city of Tel Aviv, and you can hear those sirens in the distance. This is an indication of more incoming Iranian ballistic missile fire. It's been back and forth for the Israeli population going in and out of bomb shelters today. The Iranians have been targeting a lot of the northern part of Israel, specifically the city of Haifa that sits along the coast. But also, as you heard those sirens there just at the beginning of our report, it's an indication that they are still firing on central Israel. And so as this back and forth takes place, the Israeli air defense systems remain on high alert. You have the Iron Dome and David Sling, but you also have some of the bigger systems, the Arrow 2 and 3 systems, that help to shoot down this incoming fire. At the moment, right now, it doesn't appear that there are any interceptions right overhead. But earlier today, you saw as these streams of white smoke will fly through the sky. And you can see on your screen there, that's exactly what it looks like over Tel Aviv when these missiles get intercepted. There are around 300,000 people that live in Israel's second largest city and the surrounding areas. And additionally, you have across the country nearly 10 million people that have remained in shelters. The Iranians also at this hour are still firing on Gulf countries. There were more missiles intercepted over Doha, Qatar. The United Arab Emirates has condemned the strikes against their country. And as our Jennifer Griffin was reporting earlier, this is seen by many analysts in the region as a massive mistake by the Iranians, immediately responding by striking Gulf countries. And in the distance, I can hear some interceptions. And again, with just the center part of Israel, given the missile shrapnel that comes down when these missiles are intercepted, they basically send everyone into shelters. And in the distance, you hear the very faint pops, and those are the interceptions that are taking place. Again, the latest information that we have here from Israel, there is ongoing ballistic missile fire from the Iranian regime, but the Israelis have been able to neutralize some of the Western launchers in Iran. A big blast there that you just heard, and it just echoes throughout the city. From our vantage point, we can't see these specific interceptions. Some of them just south of the city, it sounds like, that are taking place as we speak, while the Israelis come under more ballistic missile fire in response to the U.S. and Israeli strikes against Iran. Guys.
This is what I wrote down this morning. I wrote 5:33 a.m. because I was watching you when Griff was anchoring the show. Air raid sirens sounding in Tel Aviv. Trey puts on bulletproof vest. Your camera guy gave you that. 2 missile interceptors flying over to shoot down ballistic missiles from Iran. We heard the loud explosions as missiles are shot down in the distance. So I see you keep looking off to your left. You're looking in the air. I'm sure you're for your own safety, but also to see if anything's coming and intercepted. Has anything made it through? Is everyone safe? We were reporting at the beginning of our show a few hours ago there were no fatalities in Israel.
Yeah, there have been no fatalities reported in Israel so far. This has been quite different than the 12-day war last summer. There are a few light injuries, we understand, in the north and some impact sites of shrapnel. But largely, Israel's air defense systems have been doing a good job of shooting down the incoming fire. Remember, they also have the support of the American systems, the THAAD and Patriot missile defense batteries, and also the USS Gerald R. Ford, which is currently off the coast of Haifa in the north of Israel, to help to shoot down any of the incoming fire. Because this was a joint effort and there were months of coordination taking place with the Israelis and the Americans planning for this very scenario, they have been able to neutralize much of the ballistic missile threat on the western part of Iran, and that has led to a relatively stable defense mechanism so far in this conflict. Guys?
All right, Trey, thanks so much. Let's bring in former Israeli government spokesman Eylon Levy. He joins us live from Tel Aviv. Eylon, you're back in the shelter. It's almost as where you guys spent the last couple of years. What are your thoughts right now? What are you hearing? What's the attitude amongst the people among you?
I am down in the shelter together with all of my neighbors and random people who've come in off the street because the Iranian regime is targeting Tel Aviv with ballistic missiles again. Now, look, no one here wants to be running into these shelters, but they are amazed by President Trump's decision. The decision to attack the Iranian regime now is the biggest, boldest, bravest decision by any American president possibly ever. President Trump saw a historic opportunity and seized the moment. He understands this is what peace through strength looks like. You cannot let the Iranian regime continue to provoke the free world to cry death to America, death to Israel, and expect to get away with it. Now, I know that this decision is making a lot of very bad, sad people very upset now. But this is really an extraordinary example of American leadership, and everyone here is calling it epic. I've heard even biblical.
And Eylon, isn't this also demonstrated? I mean, you're in a shelter right now because the Iranians right now are targeting civilians. Our reporting says that, you know, Israel, the United States, we didn't target any civilians. We went after military sites, missile sites, as well as leaders in the government there that had been causing chaos. But they're targeting normal people in Israel, right?
And this is the difference between the US-Israel alliance and the Islamic regime in Iran that we are fighting together. Israel and the US are going after nuclear facilities, ballistic missiles, regime targets, regime officials, and the Iranian regime is targeting Israeli cities. They're shooting ballistic missiles and forcing families with kids, pregnant women, elderly people to run down the stairs to seek shelter. And so Israelis understand that there may be a very difficult price ahead. We don't want war, but we can't afford a nuclear Iran that would pursue this kind of aggression, feeling emboldened with nuclear weapons to attack not only Israel, but American targets and our other friends in the region.
So the one big difference now is you don't have any rockets from Hamas in Gaza that I know of. And Hezbollah has said if there was an attack, they were going to stay out of it. Have you heard any reports that there's some rockets, missiles coming from Lebanon?
This is not the war that the Iranian regime was expecting. The Ayatollahs surrounded Israel with a ring of fire, a circle of proxy armies, so that they could protect their nuclear program. The Ayatollahs wanted to build a nuclear weapon and stop Israel and the United States from attacking because they knew that we'd get rockets from Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthis. And right now they are nowhere to be seen because Israel, with terrific American support, especially under this administration, cut Hamas down to size, degraded Hezbollah and are attacking it every day, eliminated the leaders of the Houthis who have been attacking American ships.
Eylon, sorry to interrupt you because we're going to reset at 9. We have about 30 more seconds. For all those people that are behind you, how long will y'all stay there? I see a child behind you. And was everyone in that room in support of this? Were they cheering for this and excited?
This is the 5th or 6th time we've had to run into shelter today, and we will be here till we get an alert on our phones from the army saying it's safe to leave. You can see people are anxious, but everyone is calm. It's an emergency. But Israelis are used to emergencies.
Eylon Levy, absolutely, especially after the last few years. Thanks so much. And if you do want peace, Iran is the problem that keeps Hamas funded and armed. Absolutely.
That's right. We're praying for you.
Yes, we are.
Thank you.
Praying for our troops as well.
That's right.
Israeli troops as well.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.